2023. Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending into fourth dimensional collective consciousness. Azor,
Grand Rising Captain.
can you give me the update on third dimensional planet Gaia?
Yes, Christo, with pleasure. Gaia 3D currently is under critical condition. It seems there is a large amount of humans that have forgotten who they are, causing confusion, division and war driven by fear.
Thank you, Azor. Before we head down to Gaia, can you give me any information about the 3D world, as it's been a while since I've been there?
Sure, the 3D Gaia. We will face much resistance from negative polarity beings as a dual plane. Karma and Dharma are in effect. There is free will. It will be wise to protect our energy and hold love.
Alright, thank you, Azor. Sounds like we have quite the task at our hands. But that's why we're here, and that's why we've been called upon in the Galactic Federation to go down to planet Gaia, the 3D realm. Alright, Azor, let's get ourselves ready to go. Let's hit the time portal and make sure we land in the present day, Mother Gaia, third dimension. Hey, grand day everybody. Captain Christo here to give you your chakra of the week. And coming up this week, we're going to step into the great, mysterious, mystical, and multidimensional third eye chakra. And I look forward to this, as I feel like you guys are going to really love the archetype that I connect you guys with. And it may be new for some of you guys. It's an Archangel, and it's not one that is too popular and too common, but I feel like you guys will really resonate and connect deeply with this one. So our chakra of the week for this galactic report is going to be upon the wonderful and mysterious third eye chakra. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Ascension Glossary for you guys. And Ascension Glossary is made by Lisa Renee. Selenite, Lemurian quartz crystals, raw rising codes, third eye chakra. Affirmation for the third eye. My beliefs and my perception of my conscious mind is aligning with wholeness and divinity. The hemispheres of my brain are balancing and supporting. I clear away any distortions in my mind as I am allowing peace, understanding, divine wisdom, and intuitive guidance to flow through my mind's eye. I manifest and materialize with divine will. My third eye is strong and it is flowing. Ashe. and you guys can always check out ascensionglossary.com on your own at any time. So what I'm going to read here is the Indigo Hara. So the Indigo Hara. This is the 6th dimensional inner crystal star portal where the higher consciousness from the second harmonic universe entered the soul matrix plane. So meaning that as consciousness is coming into lower dimensions for manifestation, the higher consciousness of the monadic matrix entered the soul matrix plane from the 6th dimensional crystal star portal seal. So it's understanding again that each of these Hara centers or chakras have a crystal portal within them, where higher consciousness actually entered that harmonic universe or plane of reality. So again, like the silver Hara center or that white light column, the solar logos realms entered the monadic plane from here. So in the 9th dimensional inner crystal portal of the silver Hara center is now the logos of the solar consciousness, entered and seeded into manifestation, into the monadic family of identities. And then from the monadic identities, how they came into the soul identities, they came through the 6th dimensional inner crystal star portal of the Indigo Hara center. All right, so that is ascensionglossary.com with Lisa Renee. And then I believe it also mentions the pituitary gland and the pineal cage, and talks about like the false gods and crucifixion implants. Talks about the 6th dimensional indigo ray and how it's been undergoing repair within the mother arc of the Aurora encryption. And then it talks about the synthesized male and female chakra wave spectrum and unify pattern through the third eye or the 6th chakra. This synthesized the 6D and 7D patterns and is called building wings. So what it's talking about here is just like physically, when we think about our brain, we have a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. That is the male and the female, or the masculine and the feminine. And this is just talking about how the third eye chakra, when balancing it and having a healthy, active third eye, it actually brings a automatic balancing to your spheres or to your hemispheres of your brain, bringing that fluid, unified connection of your perception of reality. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on building wings as well, because I feel like this is a very interesting thing as well. So the 6 and 7D frequencies connect into vertical axonal lines and horizontal meridians that are connected to energetic portals that are on the top of our shoulders and run down each side of our body. In the angelic human light body, these two energy centers operate as portals and are called the wings. The 6th portal wing is on the top right shoulder, indent on the masculine side of the body, and the 7D portal wing is on the top left shoulder, indent on the feminine side of the body. The 6D portal is connected to the celestial body in the 3rd layer of our soul matrix, and when activated, begins the process of the soul twin flame merge that occurs within our bodies that synthesizes the first stage of hierogamic union or sacred marriage. When we start to build our 6D light body, our masculine and feminine energies attempt to merge and synthesize a pathway up our central vertical channel or our spine. And now I'll let you guys see this image as well. The 3 levels of sacred marriage, the pathway to crystal consciousness. So level 1 is building wings, the 6 and 7 dimensions. Level 2 is the crystal lotus heart. Level 3 is the Hieros Gamos. So level 1 is going through the shadow work. It's building yourself up out of your density, out of your wounds, out of your traumas, out of the shadows. Level 2 is once you basically move through that, you're now able to start activating your crystalline self and start moving into your crystalline pathway. And then level 3 is when you basically ascend and you are just pure source service while still in this vessel. Really cool stuff. And we'll go deeper another time. And you guys can also check out my regular series, Grand Rising with Christolight, on Sacred Light Broadcast Network under playlist. And you can find a lot of this stuff broken down. Our founder claims this right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum. Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with Christolight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe. So let's go ahead and continue, and we're going to continue on talking deeper about this third eye chakra. And as we continue, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my own presentation that I have for you guys for the third eye chakra. Now we're going to get into the attributes and the specifics of how you can connect and what kind of abilities this energy center brings. So it is located in the center of the brows, right between the eyebrows at the top of the nose. And then it is the color of indigo. So it's the indigo ray, the 6th dimensional ray of light. And then the frequency is 852 hertz for those that like sound healing or interacting with frequencies. And you can find this through tuning forks, singing bowls, as well as online. The physical organs. The physical organs, it governs the pituitary and pineal gland, the forehead, eyes, nose, and brain. With that being said, it also governs the circadian rhythm and the biological clock and cycles of the body, thus also being connected to our hormones and other chemical regulation, such as our melanin, melatonin, and dopamine. This is also connected to our psychic senses. It's the direct connection to the light body and the other chemical, and as well as our intuitive guidance. So it's when you step into your sensory beyond your physical senses. And then this is where we can also have a main gateway into astral projection and lucid dreaming. It is our manifestation reality program projector. So it's where we perceive and assimilate the reality that we are perceiving as our reality of life. When it's in balance, it is a non-dual perception center and allows us to see the subtle dimensions beyond the physical. And then it's also our mind's eye vision, which is how you can see into the Akashic and other fields of dimension. And then it's where we have the house of our divine wisdom and insight channeled through. And it's also where we become aware of synchronicity. Now, blockages. Blockages can look like headaches, insomnia, nightmares, having no vision for ourselves, being confused and having a lack of clarity of your purpose and why you're here on the earth, having looping beliefs in our consciousness, mind control and conditioning, fogginess, cognitive distortions, which is when we have past traumas, past memories and experiences that continue to cycle unconsciously into our present reality. And of course, limiting and degrading thoughts. Overactivations, being ungrounded, staying unresponsible from the physical world, mentally manipulating others, psychic attacks, being received or given, being oversensory, nitpicking and obsessiveness, then being over-analytical. Alright, so now let's move into some crystals. Some crystals that you guys can use for the third eye chakra. We know we love our crystals. Got amethyst, terahertz, indigo kyanite, lapis lazuli, azurite, sugarlight, iolite, lepidolite, and moonstone. Terahertz. I'm gonna highlight terahertz for a minute. Terahertz is an amazing and phenomenal psychic protection stone. So if you're someone that does a lot of psychic work, you work with a lot of entity removal, things of that nature, this is a great stone to carry as it brings high vibrational, etheric, metaphysical protection to your auric field. So rather than being like deep earthly, like tourmaline protection, it brings a high frequency celestial connection to protect the third eye. Foods and herbs, you have red onion, red cabbage, blueberries, raisins, avoiding fluoride, and of course decalcifying the pineal gland. Just do your own research about that. Drinking clean water, seaweed, oranges, shilajit, and mushroom superfoods like lion's mane and reishi. And then organic cacao, rosemary, juniper, mugwort, valerian, kava, and I'll also add lavender on there as well. And believe it or not, I'd say conscious usage of cannabis and psilocybin can definitely help enhance the third eye. But conscious usage, So a few practices and techniques for you guys before we move into our archetype to connect with the third eye. You can do guided meditations, meditate to the frequency. You can do yoga poses such as downward facing dog, Uttanasana. You can do the mantra chant, which is Om. You can do psychic practices like divination. You can journal out unwanted thoughts and mental patterns, and then kind of write down and reassimilate more positive thoughts and patterns. And then focus on repetition of that positive thought or pattern. You can also do cacao ceremonies, interacting with mugwort, reprogramming the subconscious, building consistency with prayers and intentions. And then also a nice one is like keeping track of your steps and goals so that you're not keeping it all inside the mind and it's like jamming up your mind every day and you can't get out of cycles of thinking about and being so attached mentally to your goals and if they're going to happen. Sometimes it's good just to get them out there on a paper or on your computer, and then you can just know they're there and keep on being present. And there's a lot of mechanisms to our mind, body, emotion system. That's why we create all these strategies for it. All right, so some affirmations, and I'll give you one that you can take with you out of these three if you would like, and that is, I trust the divine insight I receive intuitively. I trust the divine insight I receive intuitively. I love that one. Because how often do we initially just kind of shrug off or decide not to believe our initial divine insight? And then next thing you know, that train or that gateway slips by, and then we lose track of our conscious awareness that our intuition was telling us. And then here's a mudra or hand posture that you guys can use as well. As you can see, it's the pad of your thumbs pressed together facing down. Then you have your middle ring and pinky fingers up like a triangle, touching each other. And then your pointer fingers are facing downwards with the middle knuckles touching each other. And then you can hold that up by your third eye if you would like, or you can just hold it wherever you feel comfortable and relax the shoulders. Then just hold that, and the circuitry will begin through the fingers and make its way to the third eye. And then it'll start bringing balance. And then you can focus your breath while listening to frequencies, as well as some other practices as well. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and move on into our archetype or guide to connect us with bringing balance to our third eye chakra for this coming week. And that is going to be Archangel Raziel. Now, I know Archangel Raziel is not too common, but I'm going to help you guys learn a little bit about this wonderful Archangel of the Indigo Ray. So Archangel Raziel is referenced in the Book of Raziel. The legend goes that when Adam and Eve were expelled from Eden, Raziel gave the Sefer Raziel to Adam, and again later to Noah at the time of the Great Flood. In this way, the keeper of the enigma of God is also the initiator of individual human destiny. So he basically holds the books of the secrets of the universe. And he's able to give the books, multidimensionally and subconsciously to different humans that are in the vibration to be able to receive the initiations of the books. So that's why it brings up Noah, and it talks about Adam receiving these books from Raziel. So Indigo Ray can be encountered in the form of ethereal visions. Whenever we see divine lights in the sky or overlapping our material world and small slivers or sparks. You can also see shimmering colors of the rainbow, and is also associated with the throat chakra as well as the third eye, and helping clear communication and enhancing our ability for clarity. These insights can bring physical healing and clarity of the mind. And it can help us develop a more spiritual-like perspective of our current reality. So those who suffer chronic headaches, migraines, and sinus pain could call upon Raziel to help heal them and clear their eyes and sinus cavities. And that might come in ways of guiding you to specific herbs, specific oils, to specific practices. So be mindful that when you work with these guides, they're not going to just like pop up and do everything for you. They're going to kind of like bring things into your life or help your mind and your emotions be redirected into different ways or different visions, different connections that are able to help you be able to require the things that are necessary in this material world that we're in order to achieve our intention with the Archangel. So that Archangel will direct you to something or give something into your field, and you have to be open enough to receive it and then utilize it with faith and trust. So Raziel can also assist those who have pituitary, thyroid, and other glandular problems, and help reduce and eliminate tumors and growths. Wow. So the healing energy can also alleviate lower back pain, ease kidney disease, and reduce blood pressure. Raziel has a distinctly calming influence on our bodies and organ systems. That's actually pretty new for me. So you're always learning something new. That's why I love doing this. Working with Raziel will also have a positive influence on the mind. Your internal communication system will bring more clarity. You'll become more self-aware. Your self-knowledge and personal understanding will increase, and your thoughts will deepen into wisdom. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. So, reasons to call upon Raziel for help. Raziel's knowledge is total, absolute, and perfect. There is no puzzle, conundrum, or problem that he/she cannot help you with. When you connect with Raziel, you are literally coming into contact with the mysteries of the universe. It can help us get beyond blocks that are holding us back on the path of spiritual development. By shining a light into our spiritual darkness, Raziel can help us solve the abstract or metaphysical conundrums that are holding us back. Attachment to empty knowledge and a merely material understanding of reality is one of the great barriers to meeting our full potential as a spiritual aspirant. Getting in touch with Raziel will provide us with special insights and bursts of creativity that will deepen our experience of divine love. Archangel Raziel is associated with both the throat chakra and the crown chakra, as well as the third eye chakra. So any of the top 3 chakras Raziel is associated with. By opening these chakras, Raziel helps us develop in our inherent extrasensory gifts and develop spiritual insights that are both exhilarating and liberating. Raziel, Keeper of the Mysteries, can be called upon for seeking to enhance, understand, and develop psychic gifts. Wow. Cool. So, of course, if you'd like to connect with Raziel, you can get some indigo or blue, purple candles, and you can utilize those candles to set the intention for Raziel to channel through those candles. And you can also bring in the crystals that we talked about for the third eye chakra, such as lapis lazuli, labradorite, as well as amethyst and some others. And then with that as well is be open to studying and diving deeper into esoterics, self-realization, knowledge of the universe, things of that nature, and call upon Raziel to guide your mind and guide your hands with what pages and where to read. How beautiful. So as we wrap up, the third eye chakra is our chakra of the week to focus on if you would like. Raziel is our guide or archetype to connect with it. Thank you guys. One love, reach out. If you would like any one-on-one shamanic services with myself, if you have any questions about any of the wonderful retreats coming up, such as the Peruvian All-Nation Shamanic Retreat in October. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you guys for supporting. And this is Captain Christo, Galactic Guidance News. I'm out.
Down through history, there have been special people who stand out because they were inspiring. They challenged beliefs, had new ideas, and sometimes even changed the world. One of those people is the Buddha, and here's a quick portrait of his life. The Buddha was born about 2,500 years ago as Prince Siddhartha Gautama in what is now Nepal, where his father ruled the Shakya clan. A wise man made a prophecy at his birth. Siddhartha would become a king or a holy man. So his father decreed that Siddhartha should live in luxury within the palace grounds and be made ready to succeed him as king, and definitely not become a holy man. When Siddhartha was 29, he left the palace without a royal entourage for the very first time. He saw an old man, a sick man, and a dead man, and realised that he could not escape suffering. But then he saw a holy man, who seemed to be at peace, and Siddhartha wanted to be just like him. Prince Siddhartha went to live in a forest with a group of holy men, who believed that if their bodies suffered, their minds would be set free. Siddhartha starved himself for years, but still didn't find the peace he was looking for. He tried both luxury and suffering, so he decided there had to be a middle way. He sat beneath a Bodhi tree and meditated for 49 days until finally he was enlightened with 4 noble truths. Life is full of suffering. Suffering is caused by wanting the wrong things or wanting to hang on to things that don't matter. The way to stop suffering is to let go of the wrong things and the things that don't matter. The way to let go of these things is to follow the middle way. With this enlightenment, Siddhartha had become the Buddha, the awakened one. He spent the rest of his life travelling and teaching the middle way, and his words, known as the Dhamma, are still used today. At the age of 80, the Buddha suddenly became seriously ill from food poisoning. He lay down in a grove of trees and peacefully passed away. Buddhists believe that after death, they might be reborn in a new body, but the Buddha achieved nirvana, or release from this world, and was not reborn. The Buddha's last words were, "All things must pass. Strive on with care."
Well, that was certainly a beautiful depiction of Buddha, our star for the cultivating kindness with the Ascended Masters. I really feel touched by that. It reminds me of my personal reflections on suffering, and what actually brings suffering, I think, is desiring and yearning for things you don't necessarily need. And I've studied Buddhism actually for a little while, but I've mostly focused on the understandings of compassion and the wisdom of kindness, and also how to alleviate suffering, as most of the masters have taught how to try to prevent suffering, or do you need to sit with it and reflect with it, and see that I think detachment to me is what Buddha was teaching, detaching from the things we do not need. So I found this little piece. It's on Buddhist kindness, and it's known as metta, or loving kindness, or matri, an active unconditional wish for the happiness and well-being of all living things. And I think that is the greatest prayer and focus I have ever actually sat with, is to pray for all living beings to be well and to have goodwill and intention for all. So it is not just a passive feeling of being nice, but a strong, steady inner orientation toward goodness, non-harm, and connection with others. So the core aspects of Buddhist kindness, I'm bringing Buddhism into this because I think these are reflections of what we feel, Buddha was teaching. Unconditional love, like a mother protecting her only child. Kindness in Buddhism is meant to be extended outward to everyone without expecting anything back. And then the 4 immeasurables. Kindness works alongside 3 other qualities to form a balanced heart. Compassion, or karuna, the wish to remove suffering from others. And I think that is the most amazing thing one could set out to do. Sympathetic joy, or mudita, finding happiness in the success and joy of others. Equanimity, upekkha, maintaining a stable, peaceful mind without bias or anger. And then wisdom and strength. True kindness is paired with wisdom. Says that genuine loving kindness is distinct from weakness or people pleasing, requiring clear boundaries and assertiveness so it is not misused. And that speaks a lot to me, because I think when we people please, are we really trying to be kind, or we feel we owe it to someone, to please them? I think there's a part of all of us that do that, because we want to be selfless, we want to help others, but to know the difference between people pleasing and not misusing that energy of kindness is important. I think it's okay to help others. I think that's why we're here, but in a sense, but I think that we have to be careful with that one. So how it's practiced, self-kindness. We begin by offering loving kindness and forgiveness to oneself before moving outward to loved ones, neutral people, difficult people, and finally all creatures. So if you can love yourself and be kind to yourself, what you build up in your energy or in your field, what you build up is actually all that you have to offer others. You have to first create that within yourself. And daily action is expressed through harmless living, generous actions, patient speech, and deep listening. So I wrote a little piece of my reflections upon Buddha, and I studied the book Siddhartha, and it was very, very special to me. And just studying like how, when someone is given a choice to essentially give up everything to try to find, what is there, what is real, and to find this path of deep detachment and yet understanding, peace, and suffering. Why is there suffering? To reflect upon this, I wrote this piece. It's similar to things that others say, like, with Buddhist reflections, but it's what came straight from my heart. May all beings and life be free of all discord and disharmony. May our interactions be only blessed. May you nourish your spirit each day. May you find a brotherhood. May you coach yourself to wellness. May you be honest, we are one. May you find your sisters and brothers. May we all strive for peace. May we all bless all God's sentient beings. May your enemies vanquish. May your friendships increase. May your kindness evolve. May your fruits be many. And may your life be just. a meditation I wrote. It's a really short meditation I would like to share with you all. And it's actually about reflecting the inner Buddha, is what I call it, where you allow that presence, not just, because some say, Buddha, Buddha as the figure Buddha, but I believe we all have, in a sense, a higher or Christ self or Buddhic self. So we'll begin. You can close your eyes. Allow the Buddha to overcome your fears. Your heart belongs to the purity of the Creator. Let all people and beings be free of fear. As you breathe, let the people in your life feel your heart's joy. I allow the peace of God to enter my heart. I allow compassion-based wisdom to be the goal. I let people who are loving and kind to be appreciated. I breathe compassion in my spirit. I allow others to feel loved by my soul. I feel love for all, and I feel all feeling my love. I allow others to feel unbetrayed. I feel joy come into my heart to be set free. Today, I allow the inner Buddha to strengthen my heart. As I breathe, I allow the Maker to heal my mind. All parts of peace come back to me. I feel joy surrounding me. I let people know their worth. Today and each day, may we be filled with hope. I relax my heart and joys prevail. No competition. I'm here to heal it all. Breathe one last breath. I soak in this moment. No more fear. I allow the joy to finally take place and peace prevails. You may open your eyes. So, those are the pieces that came to me when I was reflecting upon Buddha, and also the Buddhic nature of reflecting and meditating. And, if you even have one realization sitting under a tree, I think you've created a miracle. I admire Buddha. I think it's probably my, I don't want to pick favorites, probably my favorite master. And, I just like to sit and reflect upon the true nature of oneself. I think that's kind of what he was teaching, was to reflect upon your own inner nature, connected to your higher self, and your all your energy field, and just what you may realize. Though the masters teach, what they may have realized or learned, they're teaching us we may also realize. Realization begins within and only within. And I think that's what is so beautiful, is that, if someone is willing to just sit and be and just find out what is suffering, what is this, what is that, that is so beautiful. Someone take their time to actually just sit and reflect upon that. And I think that is highly admirable. So I thank you all for joining me again for another episode of Cultivating Kindness. And my Facebook is Shalalea Rainstar, SHALALEA, parentheses Amy Fox. And you will all, I think, benefit from, if you can, grow closer to studying Ascended Masters. I've learned so much wisdom. I just I feel very honored. So thank you.
pyro ablaze, a tribe that's round and they're holding sacred space. Hearts are aligned and the minds are awakened. A mission begins while we're making our statement. When we call upon our ancestors, call upon their directions, bring us this music to feel this resurrection and the connected consciousness. One true love, the vibe is rising, balance time is up. This is a healing, this is true love. Music the healer coming from above. This is a healing, this is where it begins. Music the healer coming from within. Fire blazes on, the feet continue to march. The rhythm of the songs through this journey will embark. With each step on the ground, a new purpose is found. We're opening a portal to the future through the sound. Yeah, the hearts and minds connected and the intention is set. Together we will go and you know we'll do our best to protect indigenous rights, to protect our water, to protect our children and forgive our mothers and fathers. We break generational curses, pave a brand new way. We change our lives to live by what we say. Yeah, we break generational curses, pave a brand new way. We change our lives to live by what we say. Yeah, and this is the healing, this is true love. Music the healer coming from above. This is the healing, this is where it begins. Music the healer coming from within. This is what I'm meant to do. This is where I'm meant to be. Yeah, this is what I'm meant to do. Sing these songs, now I'm free. Yeah, this is what we're meant to do. This is where we're meant to be. Yeah, this is what we're meant to do. Sing these songs, now we're free. is a healing, this is where it begins. Music the healer coming from within. This is a healing, this is true love. Music the healer coming from above. This is a healing, this is where it begins. Music the healer coming from within. Oh yeah.
Tell my story about how I just applied, yeah. I'm schizophrenic, but my demons never lie, yeah. Need to break free from this mental civil warfare. Fighting the system ain't as easy as you think, yeah.
Hello, citizens of Earth. Please lower your voices and raise your standards. It's me. Now, before y'all start, yes, I'm small. Yes, I'm cute. And yes, I'm absolutely the one in charge. I am yin-yang. Not yin, not yang, not yinny, not Mr. Fluff-Fluff. It's yin-yang. Two forces, one fluffy body. Balance. With whiskers. I'm from the Lyran star system. On Lyra, we don't argue in circles. We settle things with wisdom, stillness, and a respectful snack offering. Back home, I trained with the warrior monks of the Quiet Paw. We master the silent stare, the strategic disappearance, the midnight sprint for no reason, and the ultimate technique, knocking stuff off a ledge to restore order. It's not chaos, it's correction. So why am I here? The universe said Earth needed a tiny warrior with big boundaries. My mission? Observe human love, protect a home, maintain balance, and judge quietly. But I end up with Criket and Missy. Well, I didn't really end up. I arrived right into a house where two people love each other deeply, but debate like it's a courtroom drama. And I'm watching like, wow, so this is what y'all do with oxygen. So I stayed, because under the jokes and the petty, there's real love in this house. So here's my oath. I will protect the peace, demand the treats, accept worship via head scratches, and I will not be dragged into grown folks' debates unless it benefits my nap schedule. I'm yin-yang the warrior kitty, and I bring balance. Now, stop talking and pet the cat. Episode 5 is coming soon. Meow.
Tell my story about how I just applied, yeah. I'm schizophrenic and my demons never lie, yeah. Need to break free from this mental civil warfare. Fighting the system ain't as easy as you think, yeah.
It has been written that we are ascending, 'cause we're the descendants of the source of all existence. Yeah, it has been written.
Something that you thought ended in your life earlier this year might be coming back around for more closure or a more final departure this August under this lunar eclipse in Pisces. If you are excited to know how this lunar eclipse in Pisces is showing up for you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Erin. I make videos on astrology, and if you want a reading from me, I do offer them below. So this is a partial lunar eclipse happening on August 27th, 2026 at 9:18 p.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be later in the night on the 28th, technically Eastern time, but night of the 27th generally is when this is going to be. And this is an out of sign eclipse. So basically, the north node and the south node, which are the eclipse points, they have already moved into Aquarius and Leo, but they're at 29 degrees. So they're at like the very edge. They have just entered. And this eclipse is at 4 degrees of Pisces and Virgo. So with just 5 degrees in between the nodes and the sun and the moon, that is still close enough to be a partial lunar eclipse. Even though this is between signs, like the nodes are in one axis and then this full moon technically is in another axis, the 5-degree difference makes it so that this is an out of sign lunar eclipse. Now, this does make it a little bit weaker and not exactly like as coherent and intense as a normal eclipse. So you don't need to really like be worried necessarily, unless this is of course hitting something quite challenging in your chart. And this is kind of like a transition from the old cycle into the new cycle. So the previous cycle of eclipses in Virgo and Pisces really ended this March. You may have felt this March like there was something that fully culminated or ended or became clear as just a fact and kind of context in your life, and we have since kind of moved on. The eclipses have already moved into Aquarius and Leo. We had a total solar eclipse in Leo in the middle of August, and you might have felt as if that new beginning, the middle of this August with that really intense solar eclipse, was the statement for the movement in your life. Like that eclipse conjunct Jupiter, there's so much right now in Aquarius and Leo. That is really the defining energy of what is important and what you have transitioned into from the Virgo and Pisces cycle. But with this being a lunar eclipse, it may be that there is one final thread or event or part of your life in the Virgo Pisces cycle where you're like, okay, this is back and I need to end this now. So this might be something that you like already finished but is back for more, or that you tried to cut out but is now firmly getting closure during this time. And because the sun in Virgo is conjunct Mercury in Virgo, Mercury is dignified in this eclipse and it is wrapped up in it. And communication, so like getting news, getting word, feedback, and getting news about something is kind of the underlying theme here. And there's a pretty close square to Uranus in Gemini. So Uranus is at 5 degrees of Gemini, and this is within a degree. It's at 4 degrees Virgo Pisces. So this is a very distinct T-square where the sun and the moon are in a 90-degree angle to Uranus, and that shows surprise, shock, or disruption. So the quality of this eclipse that is a little bit unwanted or not what I love is the surprise factor of Uranus. It may be that something happens here where you are disrupted, the news is shocking to you, and you are, you know, kind of taken aback with this returning into your life with this final blow with this Uranus square there. But it's not necessarily like something I look at and I'm like, I really don't like this. I just look at it and I'm like, okay, expect the unexpected in regards to whatever was in your life during that time. But depending on your chart, it might be a good surprise depending on how it hits. Now, Venus is in Libra, which is good for overall well-being and getting along with people because Venus in its own sign is really good for harmony and relationships. But it is loosely opposite Saturn in Aries and squaring Mars in Cancer. So it shows that Venus, our relationships opposite Saturn, there's something about relationships during this time that isn't like the most friction inducing and is not the most intense, but there's something here where we feel at odds with or isolated, and we also might be frustrated or arguing somewhat with other people's wills. So the content of this eclipse might not be the focal point of that disagreement because this is not making a direct aspect to the eclipse, but the social environment that this is occurring in is not the most welcoming or understanding. Like there's a lot of relational tension in the air around this time, although it is short-lived and it will pass. Now, Jupiter thankfully is trine Saturn in Aries. So Jupiter in Leo is trine Saturn in Aries. This shows that there's also a general energy of maturity and responsibility helping us achieve our goals. So it's not all difficult in the sky whatsoever. I lean towards this as a very, very neutral eclipse. Eclipse energy leans harsh because of the magnitude, but this is not an eclipse where I'm looking at it thinking that it has inherently bad news. I think that it has news that is in the Virgo Pisces cycle of, you know, leaning into resolution, unity, and leaning out of micromanagerial things. We're kind of already out of that, but we are transitioning from that with this news into the Aquarius Leo cycle of leaning into building things that impact the collective and letting go of anything that is egocentric without contribution to others, which I have full video on the Aquarius Leo eclipse cycle and what that means if you would like to learn more. But overall, I wouldn't be scared of this eclipse, but I also would not manifest under it or try to plan anything important under it. Definitely have so much going on in my life. I'm like, the last thing I need is a Uranus square lunar eclipse happening, but you know, there are worse things, so it's not an eclipse I'm particularly scared of. If you already have any plans, thoughts, things to say about this eclipse, let me know down in the comments below. and let's get into what this means for each of the rising signs. So if you are a Pisces rising, this is all about you kind of letting go of your identity and like removing an aspect of yourself that you really tried to end or dissolve earlier in the year so that you can focus on your mental health and well-being. If you are an Aquarius rising, you are probably going to have a situation where something financial comes up for you to pay or you to sell or you to finalize that you thought you finalized earlier in the year so that you can focus on your own well-being and your own self-development and you don't have these financial demands around you. If you are a Capricorn rising, this is happening in your 3rd house, which is likely to be around news, communication, and something that is relevant to your daily life coming out or being something you're working on in order to end that and focus on making money instead following this. If you are a Sagittarius rising, you're probably getting news or having something finalized about home or living situation. You might finally be moving, finally be getting out of something because you are then able to transition into your daily work, what you want to do, and not focus on living situation problems so much. If you are a Scorpio rising, you might be having something romantic pop up that you thought you ended earlier this year. Might be something that was a either creative project as well, but something that you thought either creatively or romantically you tied up earlier in the year, coming back for closure so that you can just focus on your home life and your internal peace, being alone essentially. If you are a Libra rising, you might actually have a physical health issue or something that you need to finish off with a physical health, requirement or plan somehow so that you can just focus on having fun and move into simply doing what you want to do. If you are a Virgo rising, this is about a relationship coming up where you might be ending something or having closure around someone that you thought you reached stasis or you had a final kind of ending with earlier this year, and now you're really ending things so that you can focus on your physical and mental health and just like upgrading yourself. If you are a Leo rising, this is about money and paying off something that might be money that you owe or money that you want to an asset you want to sell. You're trying to get rid of a complication financially that you have so that you can just focus on your relationships and your own well-being. If you are a Cancer rising, you might be cutting a trip short or finishing a degree. Something to do with travel or knowledge is something where you might have already kind of done a lot of the work earlier this year and you're finally finishing it so that you can focus on making money and kind of leaning into investing or growing your net worth essentially. If you are a Gemini rising, you might be quitting your job or finishing something up at work that you wanted to do earlier in the year or that you really thought you should be doing earlier in the year so that you can focus on travel and doing what you enjoy creating or producing. If you are a Taurus rising, you could be leaving or having something come up with a group of friends that you thought and you intended to leave earlier in the year and transition out of so that you can focus on your work and your job. And if you are an Aries rising, this is happening in your 12th house, which shows honestly a hidden sabotage or a bad habit coming back up that you thought was not coming back up since earlier this year, and you are kind of moving through that and trying to put an end to that so you can focus on meeting your friends, going out, having fun, and enjoying yourself. The tarot card that we have here for this eclipse is the 8 of Wands. So this is the card that comes up when things move quickly. I really fucking hope, I really fucking hope, because there's so much in my life that's been delayed and I'm like, please, I don't have the patience for this anymore. So this is the card of literally swiftness and movement. So I think that whatever's happening in your life, this transition, this movement is happening quickly, which makes sense because this is the finale of the transition here. So if you enjoy this, please, do all the things, it helps. And let me know how you are feeling about this eclipse. I hope that it finds you well and that it's all good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
There is one thing
Here's some fire red quartz and citrine to open up the space for this reading. Somebody's being called to do something more passionate with this King of Wands falling out while I pick up the deck. Tap more into your passions. We do have the lunar eclipse coming up in about 8 days. I feel like we need to get more into alignment when it comes to sidereal and Western astrology. Let's see what we have. Yeah. Somebody's tapping more into your strength, or you need to. You could be a masculine, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or you're a Leo. There's something in your subconscious mind that you're being asked to bring up to the surface. And I think there's people around you who are meant to shine light upon this for you because it hasn't been shown. This is something in your subconscious mind that's blocking you from the things that you're trying to call into your life. 114, 116 could be significant. Yeah, something feels unfair. You could be attracting like toxic females into your life, even if you are a female. Like toxic friends, toxic partners. And this is because there's something in your subconscious mind that keeps attracting it. Just remember that your mind is your reality. Your mind is your reality. So wherever your mind is where your reality is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4 on my clock. I feel like you have a problem with impatience. Like you create things and you want them to have results the next day. It's like you're giving yourself a hard time because like, okay, I have this great idea, I built this great thing, and then you don't see the fruits of your labor the next day. So you're having a hard time with the growth, with the process and the journey of it. Anything else for this energy? I think you're tired of that. I think you're tired of feeling like that. It's been something that's really been bothering you. Yeah, you're gonna get through it. I think you keep missing, yeah, you keep missing oh shit. Oh my god, look at this. Excuse my words. You keep missing opportunities because of this. Because of this cycle. Ooh. And that's the illumination. That's it being revealed to you. Take what resonates, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you want to support me, I do make custom made jewelry. My phone battery stopped right there. I do make custom made jewelry. I can make you your own wire wrap, copper wire wrap, or an elastic band. So if that's resonating with you, feel free to check out the link in my bio to order yours. I also build websites, and I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey friends, I have something to tell you and I'm so excited about it. You know, I started with this community where we're working on our chakras, and we have been working on clearing our sacral chakra. And tonight we're going to be joining together for a sacral dinner. And since I don't usually get hungry later tonight, I am preparing a smoothie for that sacral cleansing, and I have poured some coconut water in there, and beets are really good for cleansing that sacral chakra, as well as avocado. So I'm gonna just add a little bit, like a handful. I'm not measuring anything, guys. And also mangoes are really great for enhancing that sacral chakra. And if you didn't know, we have 7 chakras in our bodies, and the sacral one is one of our main ones. I'm also going to add some leafy greens, which is some spinach and some bee pollen in there. Just sprinkle it in there. The coconut water is already sweet enough for me, and the bee pollen is going to add a little kick to it. So let's do it, guys. I have added more bee pollen to the bottom of my jar, and also some unsweetened coconut flakes to enhance that sacral in my body, that sacral chakra. Look how beautiful the colors are, and my smoothie is ready so I can join my soul fam later on. Yum.
What if your next conversation could transform everything? Welcome to DNA Talks with Dina Morales. Real conversations about fitness, confidence, motherhood, discipline, and more. Dina Morales, founder of DNA Training, created a space for women to rebuild their strength from the inside out. Tune in Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard on YouTube. DNA Talks. Real conversations. Real growth. Real you.
Hello, all my astral astronauts, all my earth warriors, my medicine men, women, magical, mystical beings. I am out for a late night drive, and I'm just extending some love and some late night thoughts. How many of you guys are astral travelers or dream weavers? Who here decodes dreams? Who here is a diviner, a soothsayer, a truth teller, a reader of things? Doesn't just have to be cards, because we have divine pattern recognition and we can read anything. We can read the blades of grass and the clouds in the sky. Seers. I've been struggling lately with my dreams. And not that I'm struggling dreaming, because the dreams have been vivid. They've been very active. But I've been having a reoccurring dream where my voice is being stifled. Like something is stopping my throat from speaking out, from yelling out. I'll be having a dream and I'm trying to talk in the dream and my voice goes out, or I'll go and I'm screaming and I'll literally wake myself out of my sleep because I can't do my voice. I can't let my voice come out. And this has been happening on a repeated level. I don't know what's going on with that. And I've also noticed that it'll come time for around when I'm supposed to be speaking, teaching a class, or sharing my truth, and my voice will start to get hoarse, throat gets sore. I'm losing my voice before that, and it's been reoccurring. So, me being the woo-woo woman that I am, I don't take anything for circumstance. I don't think things just happen for any reason. I was told by an elder that a lot of the times when you lose your voice or you have those type of dreams, that you have a great message inside of you that is meant to be shared. And there are spirits that are afraid of you getting that message out and are trying to withhold you from getting it out and speaking your truth. So you'll have spiritual attacks on that level. Could be a blocked throat chakra. And here's another thing that I know to be true, is that it also could be somebody not having positive thoughts about you, somebody wanting you to not speak your truth because they're afraid if you do speak your truth, it'll expose some of the things that they're hiding, or that you're speaking your truth will uncover a shadow or expose somebody, or it's intimidating somebody. Basically, like, they don't want you speaking your truth because they feel like it's going to block them. And that's another thing, is that, you know, being in the spiritual unconscious community, everyone thinks that everything is so much love and light, and that's not always true. Some of these people are masquerading around with bruised egos and trauma and ready to be on go about anybody who even questions them or bruises their ego. And you have people that will genuinely smile in your face, and they don't wish the best for you because, and that's putting yourself out there in any platform or on any level or any degree. You will have people, if you're putting yourself out there, sharing information or sharing your talents, sharing your gifts, even sharing you having a happy moment in the sun. There are people that aren't so happy and that are still living in, come here, princess. They're still living in trauma response. They're still living in old, outdated systems, which we have to give each other compassion on, but that we don't also have to tolerate it. We can give people compassion that they're still operating in these old, outdated systems, but that doesn't mean that you also don't have to tolerate it. And I feel like that to each degree, everyone is at fault. Not everybody is perfect. And once again, like I said, no matter what light you're in, you're putting yourself out there. There might be somebody that's genuinely not happy for you. And it's saddening, especially if when you're operating from an open heart with open love, and you want to see beauty in all things, but you have to have those eyes open that you can also see all the things. And being aware of that, just being aware that there's room for everybody. You don't have to operate in these old systems. You don't have to operate from a space of lack. You don't have to operate from wounded past. Not everybody is out to get you. And if they are out to get you, believe so much in divine protection that nothing can stop that. So, and all in all, you know, even if somebody is sending you negative energy and you feel that you're so divinely protected that none of that matters. Send them love back and tell them to send it back to the earth, send it to the frequencies, have it refiltered. It depends on what ancestors you're messing with now, because I got another side of ancestors that they not playing about none of that stuff. I digress. Because I genuinely am a loving, caring being, and I would want the best and do want the best for everyone. I have ancestors that are not so compassionate about it, and they're cutting throats and nails about anybody who even tiptoes on the wrong floorboard. So just know that for every negative energy or a negative thought that's sent towards you, that you have the power of generations of ancestors from this dimension and other dimensions, other spirit realms, guardian angels, dragons, fairies, elementals, protecting you, walking with you every step of the way. Speak your truth and don't let things stop you from completing your mission. Remember what you came here for, and believe in divine justice, divine retribution. Because all in all, we are the all. We're not separate from one another. So we must show these parts of ourselves love and compassion, and show it the truth. Plant the seeds. Even though they may not hear you in that moment, in that time, the subconscious mind is a powerful thing. And our voices are powerful tools. And that's why there are forces that come against you from using this powerful tool. So know that the ancestors love you, your guardians love you, and you're here to do great, powerful works. Each one of us is a key to activating something in one another. So stepping back to that space where I feel like my voice is being blocked, I'm still shining through. I'm still speaking my truth. I'm still getting my message. Even if my mind goes blank before I must have a public speaking, or if I get interrupted, that what's meant to be said was going to get out one way or another, whether it be through me or it be through a seed that I planted years ago. And that's what I want you to know. Keep planting those seeds. It may not sprout this moment and second, but it will sprout.
Take our power back and live free like the birds and the bees. We won't be worried about the color of the feathers or the leaves on the trees. We'll stand together in unity, because nature is perfect in harmony. Our voice is loud, we'll show them exactly what we came here to do. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back, yeah, yeah. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back, yeah, yeah. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back, yeah, yeah. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back. Take the power back, take the power back, take the power back, yeah, yeah.